everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Mike.
And I've got deja vu, and I'm Brownie.
Okay, so as of 3 minutes before we went live, that seat was empty. Our good friend Jared is down here, and this is Mike. You introduced yourself. I put Mike on the spot and literally forced him to be on the show, so let's see how this goes. But, Mike, have you ever done anything like this before?
Not even close.
So we're like, is it crazy? I mean, look at all the
yeah.
what? It's just nuts, right? Oh, geez, Siri. Okay. Anyways,
Apparently Siri's name is now Mike.
so Jarrett, what did you come up for, Mike?
I actually came up for work and to visit my buddy Jarrett.
So the first time I met Mike in person was yesterday, but I've known Mike before that because Jarrett introduced us on Xbox Live. And all around the world, you always hear stories about how people get to know each other over Xbox Live, and we've played like probably 10 matches of zombies, or I mean, like we've played together quite a few games.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really fun.
And when he says 10 matches of zombies, it's really like 4 solid days worth of playing zombies.
But it's really fun when you get to like meet someone that you only hear, you know, and then actually get to meet him in person. So Jarrett took us out to a local restaurant called Big Daddy's Burgers.
Yep.
And that's in Piedmont, right in the Duluth area. And it was the first time I'd heard about it so much, and I've lived here my whole life. I'd still never been there.
Same.
Kara,
Same.
never been there, right?
Been there a bunch of times. It's really good.
That place is freaking awesome.
And it's like cheap.
It is cheap. Mm-hmm. It is freaking cheap. So I got
Like
the
Seven West.
I got the breakfast burger. So it's
Oh man, that sucker was good.
it was a huge patty, a 3-pound patty with peanut butter slathered all over it, like the smokiest bacon I've ever had.
Smoky.
Sandwiched between some French toast, and you drizzle syrup all over that. And then they come out, and you can see the guy. He's like got fries in the corner, and Jarrett pointed out that they're cutting fresh taters in the back, and they soak them first, and they just make these huge batches of
I
fresh
almost
cut
made a Lord of
fries.
the Rings
It's called,
reference.
I think it's called blanching is what they do to the...
Is it soaking in cold water is blanching?
It gets a starch out of it, right?
It does something to make it easier to fry so it's actually crispy instead of
Yeah.
mushy.
Their fries were delicious. It was a super good experience. Chris, what's your favorite burger there that you get? What's your go-to?
I generally go for something like pretty basic, like a barbecue bacon cheeseburger.
Okay.
So that was the big. What did you get? You got the Big
I got
Mama
the Big
burger?
Mama. The Big Daddy, I think, was the one with the barbecue.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I'm bad. Everybody has to have their own stupid custom name for a sandwich.
Right.
This is the Western burger. This is the Yeehaw burger. This
Right,
is the Cowboy burger. This is the City Slicker burger. Just call it the things that are on it. Come on.
And Mike, what burger did you get from there?
I got the Ray's Smother Burger.
And how was it?
It was great. Chili all topped over it. It was just open top. There was no top slice of bread or anything. Really good.
Really,
Nice.
really good. And okay, tangent story. So, Chris, what did I do to the bathroom in Oklahoma City?
This is a classic story.
We told it before.
On Valentine's Day?
Yes.
I love this story.
Do you want to just me to tell the short version of it?
Sure, tell the short version.
So the short version is we were at a burger restaurant, and Jeremy couldn't help himself but to try and repair a running toilet, and basically by putting, you were using like a coin, I think, right?
Yep.
Just by touching the float with a coin, the whole assembly flew apart.
Yep, the
and he ended up
film, yep.
flooding the bathroom, and he was
Yeah.
in there for like 15 minutes.
I mean,
Just
water
trying
hit
to
the-
save face. Like imagine Ace Ventura, and after he gets out of the Shark Tank or whatever, and then people are like
Okay, yeah.
queued up outside of this thing on Valentine's Day.
So
And this dude walks out soaking.
I feel like so Mike, because you haven't heard this story. So yes, Chris did the short version of it, but I walk in and the toilet's running, right? So I pull the lid off the tank, and I look down, and you have the water that the mechanism that fills the tank, right?
Right.
And then there's the ball that adjusts when that shuts off.
Yep.
So that wasn't activating. Okay.
Hey,
And
Gabe.
So, there's an adjustment on top,
Gabe.
and you can tighten the screw and drive it down further, or you can loosen it and it'll back it up further. Well, it was running, right? It was all the way backed out. So I just took a coin out of my pocket, and as soon as I touched it, the whole top of that came off, and unadulterated water pressure just came flying straight up. It hit me in the face, and then I'm going like this, and water's going everywhere. It's puddling on the floor. It's running under the door. I'm grabbing paper towels and shoving it down there. I'm like, you know what, like police lights turn on behind you, and it's inevitable that you're going to get pulled over. Mm-hmm. you're sick and you just feel your stomach churning and you're going to throw up and you know it's inevitable that you're going to throw up. Those inevitable moments. I'm standing in the
Thanos.
bathroom. Yes, exactly. I'm standing in the bathroom soaking wet, and the inevitability of me having to walk out wet. There's no way I can dry. There's no way. I was soaking wet. I knew there's nothing I can do about this. I have to walk out of this bathroom soaking wet on Valentine's Day. Now, Chris and I just went there because we're waiting for our friend to get off of work.
Yep.
So I literally like walk out and I'm like, Chris, we need to leave. And it was squish, 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 squish. And I just
Like,
went,
so the way that I'm sitting, I'm facing away from the bathroom, and Jeremy comes up and he doesn't even like grab any of his stuff. Like he's just like, we've got to go now. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So the reason why I bring this bathroom story up is we go to Big Daddy Burgers for the first time, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm covered in syrup from my burger. I need to go wash my hands. I hate being sticky.
Yep.
So I go to the bathroom, and what do you think happens?
Did the sink explode?
No!
His
My
nose
nose
exploded.
did. My nose did. So I'm going to the bathroom. I figured I might as well go pee while I'm in there. And I was
Way to
laughing.
pass
to
an
my-
opportunity to use the bathroom.
Right. You can't. So I was laughing to myself because I was like, I'm washing my hands before I go pee because they're full of syrup. I didn't want to get syrup all over myself. So I wash my hands, and then I go pee, and then right when I get done going pee, I can feel the inevitability. I'm like, oh no, it's dripping, right? Well, being that there's still a mask mandate, I had my mask on when I went to the bathroom. So it starts like running inside my mask. So I like rip my mask off really quick, and I couldn't catch it in time. And so blood, and when mines go, it's a faucet. So blood,
It looks like a murder scene in the bathroom when he
blood hits
has
the
blood
worst
nose.
possible place it can possibly hit.
Your crotch?
The rim of the porcelain on the toilet.
Oh,
so
no.
it hits the rim and there's red blood that just explodes everywhere, right? So I'm holding
We
it like
didn't hear
this.
this story
It's
last
running
night.
like a faucet. Well, I was embarrassed because I was in there for how long? I was in there for a while, and I was
I just assumed you were pooping.
no.
See,
So like in there,
that's worse. That's like, no, I had a bloody nose. I wasn't taking a crap.
No, I wasn't doing that. It's public. You brute. So I'm sitting there holding my nose, and I'm just reaching down, and they have this stupid slidey toilet paper where there's a big roll here and a big roll here, and there's the door.
Oh, the toggle on the bottom.
Yeah, and it was toggled to the empty side. So I'm like sitting there, like moving the thing, and so I get the thing, and this isn't working, so it's just getting everywhere. And I did not want somebody with COVID environment being like, "Oh, there's blood in the bathroom. We have to
No,
burn
here's
down
what
the
they would have
restaurant."
thought. A woman made their way into the bathroom.
So I'm sitting there.
Burn down the restaurant.
So I get all the thing and I smash it up there. And now, Chris, what's the right way to do it? Do you hold your nose forward or back?
Forward.
No, I've heard back, Jarrett, but then it runs down your throat and then you get the nasty taste back there. It stinks. So you can hold forward and then the blood will pool and it will stop. Problem is you get that big nasty
Clot.
blood clot. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I've got this under control. And now I've got to get this under control. So then I start taking toilet paper and I start cleaning the frickin' bowl, like the rim of the bowl, because I didn't want to leave blood everywhere. So then as I walk over to the kitchen sink to like, or not the kitchen sink, the sink, to like check the damage, as soon as I drop it, blood goes everywhere and I get it all over my boot. Oh. So I was like, I can't have dried blood on my boot. So I go back to, I kid you not, I'm holding with one hand, I put my boot in the sink, and I rinsed my boot in the sink, and scrubbing my boot, and I'm like, this is me. I was over there cleaning, now I'm like this. I'm like, if people could only see the life that I live, they wouldn't watch this anymore, that's for sure.
You would never have a problem passing a field sobriety test.
Oh my god.
So I
Touch your nose and your toes at the same time.
all I could think about is like, these guys are probably wondering, what is he doing in there?
I didn't even notice.
I didn't either.
Like I said, I just assumed you were pooping.
Do you remember
That's all.
the classic movie Jurassic Park?
Of course.
Yeah.
So when Nedry is like, Dodson, we got Dodson over here. That's exactly.
Yes.
No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares. Totally. So
But you're still having like this sitcom level breakdown in the bathroom, and no one cares.
no one cares. No one absolutely cares. But I did come out, and then everybody was like, they're like, "Oh, dude, you got blood in your mask. What's going on?"
Was it a disposable or was it a?
It was a disposable one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a disposable. I wear like the paper ones.
Actually, so I'm kind of curious. I've worn the heck out of my mask. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if we could do like another run of
Absolutely.
masks.
Absolutely.
I
I also
saw-
didn't think we'd have to use them this long either. Otherwise,
No friggin' joke.
Right.
Good lord. I saw a bunch of Star Wars fabric.
Perfect.
Or whatever fabric you want. You don't have to do another Star Wars one.
maybe we should do some like Rise of the Podcast ones.
Ooh.
Oh, we should. We should. So okay.
I get a lot of compliments on the Star Wars one. People are always
Do
like,
you?
"Sick mask." I'm like, "Thanks, Kara made it." And they're like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "You should watch the internet."
So chat was a little quiet, but I heard Gabe was here.
Yeah, I think that's the only chat we've had so far.
What? Hey, there's a chat.
Brad said, "Rise the podcast masks."
Yo.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, there we go.
Hey,
So
Brad,
literally
send
just now. So we have two. So Gabe and Brad holding down the pillars of the chat.
Brad should send us his address, and we can send him
and James,
a Rise
James.
the Pass.
Oh, hi,
the
James.
Podcast mask.
So
Just
I was going to
saying.
say really quick, we've had an official title change. Chris, if I would have told you early enough about the email, you could have done like a screen banner to pop up.
Not today.
No,
that's
I
for
know.
sure.
No, I know.
Oh, David. Hello, David. Why
But-
did everybody wait to jump in the chat until
Seriously, guys,
don't
you know
know.
you're what fuel the podcast. Come
Are we
on.
going to get any LOLs or any cry faces over me bleeding? David was there. He knows.
Everybody's crying so hard from your story that they can't see
They
their
can't
keyboard.
type.
they all simultaneously got bloody noses and now currently karate kicking their faucets, trying to keep their shoes clean.
Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't die from blood loss.
Oh, please.
It was a big deal, okay? It was a big deal. Anyways, Brad is officially, we got listener mail. Brad, type in chat, because if we can read it, I will gladly read it. I did read it to Kara and Chris because it was so awesome, and Kara sent you a reply. Let us know, I will read listener mail. But Brad has changed his title, and I was gonna build like a number 1 and put it up here in honor of Brad. But he is first fan.
Here's what we
Brad
should do.
is our first fan.
We should.
Undisputed. That's
Undisputed.
We should.
By like a year.
If we do that, we should do like. We should list each person that's stuck with us from when they started watching to now, and do like first fan and then the date they joined us, second fan and the date they joined.
I
us.
know Brad was practically like, what, a month or 2 in? Not very
It,
far.
it, it
Yeah,
was,
you
yeah,
were-
I think
we
it was
were-
definitely single
right in
digits.
the front. And then Gabe's 100%. I know the day was
May
May
4th.
4th of 2020.
I mean, Brad joined us when we were like, "Hi, welcome to Rise the Podcast,"
Oh, yeah,
and like our list.
I don't
of
think
things.
we'd even gone to California yet.
I don't think so. No.
No, we had and then there's listener mail about his first time finding us. But it was so fun because we had Brad. We were trying so hard at this. We had like 40 subs, and people would comment, but that we would see one comment and that would be it.
Yeah.
This person, who we now know as Brad, but his handle was BRD11.
And so we called him BRD11 forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
BRD.
And
BRD11.
so he would comment consistently. And it was like, oh my gosh, guys, we have a recurring fan. So it was really, really awesome every time
And
he would
every once in a
comment.
while,
We did
what?
We did a shout out to him during a Lego build that didn't come out for like a whole year.
Yeah, I know. So I was sitting there, we're doing production, and I get a notification and it says, oh, BRD11 commented on one of your videos. I was like, guys, BRD commented, and it was super exciting. So it's really fun.
Well, and he commented on like everything.
Oh,
of
everything.
ours
Yeah.
Before we went live.
Oh.
And then it would kill Jeremy. So if Brad stopped watching and let things pool up
Oh, yeah, he's
and
like, he
didn't
doesn't
comment,
like us
Jeremy was
anymore.
like, we lost BRD11. He's not watching us anymore.
It's so hard to get to do this.
He
It
said he
is-
found us after our first one.
See? Oh, there you
Dang,
go.
boy.
That's
It said
really,
within
really
24 hours, you'd posted your first thing.
Well, I'm just glad at least YouTube popped us up in the search results.
Yeah,
Anyways.
how did he end up finding us?
He said
I
that
think
he
said
searched Star Wars podcast.
How far down did you have to scroll?
No, he didn't.
He's scrolling for days. That's why it took 24
what sad
hours.
sap
He
can I
spent
look at?
24 hours digging through podcasts.
Just to finally stumble upon us.
He did say, as I've said before, anything I send you guys is property of the podcast.
Got it. Okay, so we're gonna get to reading time.
I
but
loved your email, so yeah.
It was awesome.
Mike, I've just been blasting telling stories. So you came up here to do some work, and I met you on Xbox Live. Really quick, like, do you have a good when did you get your very first Xbox? How long have you been on Xbox for?
Oh man.
Did you have an Xbox One, 360?
Oh
What was
yeah,
your first
like
one?
the original Xbox.
Yeah, the original
Yes.
Xbox. Halo.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
Like Halo.
I
Yep.
feel like Halo.
Yep.
Did you ever do any LAN parties? Like you remember hauling
Yep.
it to your friends' houses?
Yep. The church I used to go to, we used to have once a year we would have a big old game party, and everybody would be
cool.
all hooked up, and we'd do tournaments, and
That's awesome.
for like several years running. I was really proud of it, but I was the champion.
Yeah.
I was the champion for a long
Yes.
time.
I watched you play zombies, so
So-
I know. I know. You don't mess around with Mike on FPSs.
I actually have a LAN party story.
Shoot, go for it.
So the first LAN party I ever went to, do you remember Lonnie
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the-
Wait. Lonnie who?
Lundquist?
He is no.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Yep, I'm aware.
Super sad.
Really sad. Cool dude. Love the guy.
Super sad.
I used
So
to work
yes.
at McDonald's for...
He used
2
to work at the
years.
air base. So, all right, continue. Rest in peace, Lonnie.
But yeah, so yeah, legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like he invited me over or whatever. This is the Xbox 360 era. So it's like Halo 2 or 3.
Yep, Halo 3, right? I think so, yeah.
And so like we're so imagine like so this is the era of like giant CRTs and like so I remember someone it might have been you and David were there.
Probably. We hauled our CRTs everywhere.
Somebody had brought a network switch.
Probably David.
Which I think it was David, so that we could all patch because we were playing I think 16 player all LAN.
Yeah. Yep.
And in the tiniest basement, like so we have like TVs stacked on TVs, and like it was nuts. It's like I remember just being insane. Like,
and now, were they the big TVs?
Oh no, they're 14-inch screens. They're tiny.
That's what was funny.
When I said big TVs, I mean like the chunky.
Oh yeah, but I mean
yeah,
they're still
TVs.
CRTs though.
Yeah.
They're still if it's
they still weigh 25 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's what CRT
but
is.
But David and I both had 32 inches, and as a square, that was a good sized TV. And if the TV was like that big, it was also that wide. So it was like I remember we'd have to load those into the vehicle, and it had the two handles on top, and it would be recessed, and you'd have to pick the dang thing up in the curved glass front, and it would get scratched. But it was glass, so you could still just scrub the scratches off in the most case. But we used to haul those things everywhere, man.
Yeah,
haul
so
them
and then
everywhere.
like and we played. And so I was 18 at the time, so like it was like completely allowed to be out and about and doing stuff or whatever. And I remember like it got to the point like stuff was like winding down or whatever. And Tony was with me, and like we'd gotten a ride there from somebody, and throughout the course of doing whatever, so there was some underage drinking involved with some people, or of age drinking with some other people, and all of a sudden a ride became unavailable. So I had to walk. So we were like, so his place was like like basically bang dead center. It's right by the high school.
Yeah, it was right by the high school. Yep.
And so do you remember where Tony's parents' place is?
Of course,
like, way out on 33.
Yep.
We had to walk back to Tony's house with our Xboxes and TVs.
gosh.
You're kidding
At
me.
3:00 in the morning.
I know. I want to even.
Now, is this summer, winter?
It was spring.
Ooh, it's so cold.
I would say it was probably about 45 degrees.
Too cold for me.
And like
I mean, you're
just remember-
talking. That's like what, 4 to 5 miles away.
It was because it took us, and it was full on daylight the next day by the time we got there,
That's crazy.
and we left at 3 a.m.
I would be so angry at
I
my
wasn't very
supposed
happy,
ride.
but I wasn't about to get somebody a DWI either.
right,
But I
right.
also
Right, no, for sure,
wanted
obviously.
to go home. Game says thank God for flat screens now.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously?
I know.
I mean, now you can play Halo on your phone. You're just like, oh, yep, I'm doing it now.
Yep.
Yep.
You can do it now. Okay, so, all right. I have so many good LAN party stories as well, but just something about playing in the same room as everybody and landing up. That was such a fun experience. It really was. Hated dragging the TVs, but loved doing LAN parties. Okay, so you had an Xbox, loved Halo,
Yep.
and then so now we're gonna go all the way forward. What do you play on right now? When we're playing zombies, what are you playing on?
Just the Xbox One.
You got an Xbox.
I don't
One?
have an X yet.
Got it. Because they're hard to get. They're hard to
Right.
get. David and I and Jarrett.
Oh.
Yeah, waited 16 hours for one.
So, okay, speaking of, you know how I've been looking on Target.com for PlayStation 5s?
Yeah.
They have completely taken the PlayStation 5 off of their website.
Have they?
Like, it's not even a listed thing that says out of
That's
stock.
fine.
It's
That's
just
fine.
gone.
It's not for us. My buddy
No.
Kyle
Yeah.
has just said if you get one, he'll buy it from us. So I'm just trying to.
He just wants
double
us
the
to keep
price.
tabs.
Yeah, right. For double the price.
But yeah, I was like, I've been keeping tabs on it, and at both of them, the disc one and the digital one, they're both out of stock, and now it's just completely gone. If you search it, the first thing is a controller.
Ridiculous.
I think like because of Walmart 19,
Yeah.
like production has
seriously.
been like the production on everything. Actually, it's like interesting thing. They're now making caffeine free diet or the caffeine free Coke right now.
what the heck is
That's
up with
because of an
that?
aluminum shortage.
Yeah.
I have found out my child is very sensitive to caffeine, and so I can't have caffeine.
How many days has it been?
It's been almost a week, I think, since I've had caffeine.
I couldn't do it. I mean, I have caffeine right here.
Yeah, well, we've got Darth Screamus. So.
we do have Darth Screamus. He is screamy.
James says I couldn't call a cab because I spent all my money on Mountain Dew. I don't think there were any cab companies in Cloquet at that time.
That's true.
I don't know that City Cab existed yet.
Well, you're
I
very
feel like
familiar.
City Cab's been there forever.
Well,
have they
Chris has
not?
been familiar with City Cab though, because you worked at PJ's and
Yeah.
you'd
I
see him come in
suppose,
all
yeah.
the time. So
Dang.
So yeah, I don't know that they were actually a thing yet. So it was just one of those things. And of course, and like I'm 18 years old. I guarantee you, I spent all my money on Mountain Dew.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's not
I
even a
found-
joke.
We would get Game Fuel when Halo 3 came out. Do you remember that? Master Chief was on the can.
Yep.
Didn't
Mountain
you
Dew
and
is
David
the
make like
game
a
drink.
wall?
Oh, dude, David probably has a picture. David, so the day that you came over, so David,
Is this the Rock Band?
yeah, so,
Yes.
Chris was working overnights, and David and I were like, Rock Band 2 had
Two.
Rock Band 2 had an endless set list. It was all 52 or 54 songs
It's
back
like
to back.
74 songs.
It's a lot of songs. We started at whatever time at night, and we played through it, and we got all the way to, there's 2 songs left, Greengrass and High Tides, and one other one.
Oh, well, I can't
remember the other one.
I think.
So it was like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, and we couldn't do it. So I called Chris at work, and I was like, hey, when you're done, can you drive over at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning? Can you come over? You'll take over guitar. I'll finish off bass so we can beat the endless set list and get the achievements. Even back then, it was all about the
I own
achievements.
a part of both of your guys' Rock Band achievements.
You sure do. And so he drove over, and we played it and we beat it because like Dave and I were just having such a hard time doing it. And yeah, it was absolutely insane. I couldn't do it on guitar, so I needed Chris to take over.
And
guitar.
this is on Expert.
Yeah, it was on Expert. Yep.
So I told you my endless setlist story with Jim Mallory.
Say it again.
So the on Rock Band 3, there were 2 achievements for the endless set list. There's one for just beating the endless set list, and then there's one that was like you couldn't pause and you couldn't fail a song.
No way.
And we literally got to the last song and got a third of the way through it and failed, and we just shut the machine off.
No.
Like we still could have gotten the regular achievement
Yeah,
for
but
beating
that's
it.
not worth it.
But like so we'd spent 6.5, 7 hours playing this game, just I wish almost that they would do it in reverse order, play the hardest ones first.
Right. Totally.
Because like you can sit there and play like a million just like strum every quarter note songs or whatever. It's like eventually you just get like tired.
Right.
And then it's like hard song, harder song, harder song, harder song, harder song. And then so it's like you're already like cramped up and then you have to play like the most impossible passages.
Oh, that's brutal. Or at least you could even, if it just let you, as long as you did it, but you could put the set list in there. But everybody would put the hard ones first. I would.
Yeah, because like you just like so it's kind of like a speed running thing or whatever. You want to get the stuff that's going to kill your speed run
Right, out of the way.
like dealt with or whatever, so you don't have to spend 40 minutes and then it's like, oh, we got to do it again.
It'd be even funnier if it was reverse, and that's when you failed it. You failed on like, I don't know, We Will Rock You or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
some easy
Some
one, yeah.
easy song, Smoke on the Water or something. Super easy. I remember it was an easy song.
But yeah, like I remember having a bad taste in my mouth about that. It's like we'd gotten so far, and it wasn't like one of us totally messed it up and the other person didn't. It was like it was just it got to the point where like neither of us were doing very well, so we couldn't even save each other to get ourselves through the song.
Oh, that
It's
sucks.
brutal.
It's just like we both kind of just like lost.
Oh,
It's so frustrating. Have you ever played any of the rock bands?
Oh, yeah.
Guitar Hero?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
what do you play?
Was not good. I think it was Rock Band 1 and 2 is what
Yeah.
I played.
Okay. Do you play the guitar then? Or like
No,
I
no.
mean like when you play Rock Band.
Yeah, I used the guitar. Yeah.
Got it.
I suck at guitar.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
okay at bass, but I sing.
I
And
tried.
Kara's
to.
really good at singing.
And we have downloaded some new songs, and I will be holding Chip, and I'll be singing, and sometimes he'll wake up, and then he'll start screaming, and so my perfect score suddenly dips severely.
So we put
The
the
chip dip.
I put the
Yep.
headset on her, and she just uses the headset mic, which isn't as good as the mic.
It doesn't
but it's
pick it up as well.
It does work, but when he starts screaming, there's nothing that can
There's nothing you
overcome
can
that.
do. It's just like
A bar just peeks you right off.
I when my sister and I take Rock Band kind of seriously, we have a mic stand for the microphone.
See,
that-
I told Jeremy, I was like, I could hold
just-
Chip.
we
We
have
have
mic
15
stands.
down here. We had all of these
literally,
on mic stands.
It's a
before.
mic stand and then just one of these shock mounts.
Yeah.
right in there.
Yeah,
should
we
bring
can
one
take one
home.
home. We can take one home. That's fine.
It's super because then like if there's songs that like
Want to sing and play?
yeah like there's a few songs where it's like the guitar is easy
Yeah.
enough and I know it well enough. Like give me 3 steps.
Right.
I know the words and the guitar part, so I don't really need to look at any of the stuff. And just like rocking out right next to a microphone just
Yeah.
feels so awesome.
For me, and it's cheesy, but I can do that with Wonderwall. I can sing and play both.
Oh
at the
yeah,
same time.
Jeremy
Said
actually does
maybe.
really
Yep.
well on Wonderwall.
That's because it's the only song that they like sing out of key or something. I don't know. So I can actually do it.
I feel like you and I have sort of a similar like when we sing we have like lower voices.
Yep. Yeah.
And like neither of us are trained singers, so it's like how do we pitch our voice to be in a comfortable range to sing it,
Bingo.
but hit the right notes.
Yep.
So it's like, and I you guys have heard me sing, obviously playing rock band. I am all over the place because like there's some parts I can't sing, and then it's like way too high, so I'm trying to sing low.
Oh no, I'll sing dude songs. There's a song by Josh Turner that we sing. Would you go with me? And there are parts it's way too low, and so I have to jump up an octave. And then there's parts that are way too high, so I have to go down an octave. And that's just what I gotta do.
You know what's
Yeah.
frustrating about singing in Rock Band though? They get all the points. You get so many ridiculous amount of points for singing, way more than anybody else. So it's like we
Yeah,
can
you can
go-
have 40,000 notes on the guitar and get a tenth of the score of the singer.
Yeah, and so we'll gold star songs because of old, Goldie voice.
There's only one song I've 100%ed, and that's All American Girl by Carrie Underwood on Expert.
No, you've 100% more than that.
That's the only one
I've 100%ed some songs on Expert
Yeah,
before.
you've
Have you?
100%
Have
more.
I done more,
Yeah.
you think? Are you
It's
sure?
like you kind of like learn how to like cheat them. There's a couple AC/DC songs that I can do. Bob Dylan, Take a Lip in Blue. It's tough. It's a hard rated song, but I feel like everybody who's from Minnesota can sing Bob Dylan.
Right, right.
Well, I mean, we've got Bob Dylan Way or whatever in Duluth,
Yeah.
don't we?
David says he's a drummer and backup guitar, and James says
Oh.
you guys should just find a song with some really high notes to go with Chip screaming.
Oh, right. See, Chandelier.
Jeremy loves when I sing Chandelier.
Because I can't believe how high she can go with the voice.
I'm a soprano. I'm soprano one.
Chandelier.
That's what it was. I was soprano one section leader in choir. That's right.
I played the trumpet.
Yes, you did. And you were in the newspaper for it.
I was. That's the first time I was ever in the news. No, second time. The first time was the crossing guards. And I was wearing I remember this picture to this day.
I remember your trumpet picture.
The trumpet picture was epic. They did
Yeah.
a really nice job. For crossing guards, I'm pointing at something on the table, and I'm wearing a jean jacket with a giant dare pin on it.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I don't know if I ever saw that one, actually.
I think my mom has it somewhere
I'm
still. But I
sure.
remember that. I think I had a red T-shirt on. And I remember that jean jacket. It was my favorite jacket ever because it had what I called secret pockets. It just had like a pocket on the inside of the coat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I felt like anything I put there is like nobody would ever know. Not that I had anything worth hiding, but
That's you put the
11
dare
years
pin on
old.
the outside, and then you keep
yeah, the
secret
air pin
stuff.
on the outside, the drugs on the inside.
Oh,
Nothing to
Lord.
see here. Nothing to see here.
The old Canadian tuxedo.
That's right. So okay. Sorry. So Mike, you enjoyed Rock Band. You're playing as zombies on an Xbox One,
Yeah.
and then new maps are coming out, right? Or a new map.
Firebase C, I believe.
Is it going to be fun? We're gonna on the 4th of Feb?
I was gonna say,
I'm
you guys
super
even gonna
excited.
like? Because I know you guys have. I don't know what you. But didn't you say the other ones kind of suck? Or is that the only map?
No. There's only one map.
There's only one map.
There's only one
Okay.
map. I like that new map.
Maybe I'm mixing up Among Us and.
Yeah, but nobody
remember
likes the new
Jeremy's-
maps from Among Us.
Yeah, I remember Jeremy saying there were maps that sucked, and now that I think about it, it was Among Us. Sorry, my bad.
But just the first one is the best one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Jeremy's
zombies.
pretty sus though.
Defo sus. What?
Gabe never got into Rock Band. You should get into Rock Band, Gabe.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, I have one more Rock Band story.
Go for it.
I very rarely played online with other people, especially in like, there's competitive mode and then there's like collaborative mode or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I liked playing the guitar, you can never get into anything, right? So it's like if you want to play just with other people, sing or play the drums.
Yep.
You will get picked up 100% of the time.
Yep.
So I finally got into a band and we played Lazy Eye by the Silver Sun Pickups.
Yep.
And it's like a 7-minute long song. And there's a lot of like eighth note like syncopation stuff. It's like jin 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 like that.
Yep.
I 100% of that song.
For real?
Dang, you know,
100% of it, and then listener mail. I accidentally put a button.
Chris getting worked up over there.
I 100% of the song, and everybody, it's like we had like the headsets on and everything. And it was like, who's this guy over here 100% in 7 million note songs?
Did you? Well, I don't know. You wouldn't know, but maybe you would. Rock Band updated recently, surprisingly, or at least since the last time I played it. And I want to say, I'm trying to think of this song. I won't hang on it forever. But there's a couple. There's more than one song. But it's like what you're talking about. It's like 50 notes with no space between them. Mm-hmm. They've changed that now, where you don't have to be in sync. It won't count as a miss. It at the end when you have the freestyles, it just slaps one of those down. You still have to strum, but as long as you just basically strum as quick as you can, you don't have to like hit all the notes perfectly to lose your streak.
That's nice, because like stuff like that always, there's a couple Rolling Stones songs where they have like some like, sort of like jam out
Yep.
sessions like that I always had trouble hitting. Like
Yep.
all the
Well, think about
right
how much
notes.
easier it would be to actually hit those notes on a guitar instead of like making this lever actually slide up.
Well, not to
Yeah.
mention, if you just, what's dumb is it counts as a miss if you strum while there's no note. So if you're going really quick and then you actually, if you lead it, you go too fast, then you'll be strumming and there'll be a note there, so it'll count as a miss. Where it's like in real life, no one's gonna know the difference if you're going like you set the pace by what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't be wrong when you're the one who created the song.
I mean, the drummer sets the pace. So if you're off with the drummer,
Yeah. But no, I agree with what Jeremy was saying. It's like whoever
Yeah.
came up with the thing
Right.
or whatever. It's like it's the thing that annoys me is like when there's stuff that looks like it should just be like straight eighth notes, and it's just a little bit off, and they just then
Yeah.
they get you every time.
Totally. It's ridiculous.
David says you should bring Rock Band over next week, and we have our own halftime show. It will beat whatever garbage they're gonna put
Oh
on.
my
That's
gosh.
true.
Who is the half?
Well, Chris.
Who is it?
Weekend.
Oh.
The Weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I kind of like The Weekend, but I'm good with playing Rock Band over listening to The Weekend.
I do have the full Rock Band 4 kit. I do
Nice.
have for Xbox. It works on
Like
the,
everything?
everything.
You all need to watch Jeremy play drums.
No,
It
I
is
absolutely
the absolute funniest
refuse.
thing. It's like he's
I have a compromise. I will play drums because you can turn on auto orange pedal.
no,
That's cheating.
No, it's
That
not.
is
What you need to
cheating.
do is
No,
have my sister come over because
it's
she'll sing and do
not.
the orange pedal at the same time.
I cannot that orange pedal. So in combination to do the orange pedal, if it's on the same note, I can do it.
Jeremy
but when
looks
it's an
like he's
offbeat,
having a seizure.
It's bad. It is bad. Yeah, I would rather read the dictionary than try to like. I can't do it.
Literally,
I can't
that is
do
what
it.
he looks like. He's
I
like-
can't do it.
He's just like going in a circle.
That's what I was doing that one day. Kara's brother was over and he's like plays the drums and he was bored of playing the drums and they made me play the drums and it was like Papa Roach or a Metallica song and so the notes were going. It was like doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, and it would go right to left. So
And while he's trying to do the pedal.
I couldn't do it all. So what I ended up doing was I moved my whole body when I would do it, and that's how I played it as it would come across. So I was literally sitting there, going like
But
this,
his arms are
and
moving a
all of
little bit at the
sudden,
same time while he's trying to
I look
tap
on the
his foot.
screen, and I'm doing my best to win, and the thing's going down, the progress, because they freaking quit playing because they were laughing so hard for real. I'm sitting here going doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, trying my best. I'm like, what's wrong, you guys? And I look over, and they're both dying. I'm like, you guys are
So
birds.
do you guys play like when you're just playing casually? Do you play with no fail mode on?
No,
No, we
we
don't.
play with fail mode.
So it's 100% of the time it's better to just play with no fail mode on.
That's
'Cause
true.
you're not going for achievements.
Can
at
you
any
still
point
gold
anymore.
scar with no fail on?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I
can
like
you?
to try to get gold scars.
It's 100% the same, except that, and I still think you can even get achievements if you do like set a high score and stuff. It's just like if you're playing with a group of people and you decide to have like some drinks or something like that, you don't even feel bad that you
Gotcha.
messed up that guitar part or whatever. You know, it's just like it'll just sit there and like flash or whatever, like you're doing bad, but like you'll still be able to play.
Here's what we should do. Oh man, do we want to do this? I'll bring Rock Band.
We
We
a
could
live
live
rock
stream.
band here.
Like, sure, are you gonna play
Everybody
on
will
this?
have to listen to me sing.
No,
Good
but I mean like
Lord.
we could live stream Rock
We
Band
could
and just
bring
set up
it-
a
have a TV. Don't we have a spare TV in the basement?
No, if we're playing at David's, we're gonna play on the TV. I'm just saying we could set a camera up and live stream it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there?
That
Yeah,
I see what you
at
mean.
David's. We'll think
I
about
see
it.
what you mean.
We'll think about it.
It
Chris, you
could
can
be
just run the
interesting.
camera and then play your instrument.
I'll play the guitar behind the camera.
Yeah, there you go.
Chris is like, what
I
kind of
refuse
headache
to
do
play
I have
drums.
to go through to get that set up?
My leg. Well, no, it won't be a big production. It would just be a camera.
I wonder if people will be willing to deal with me sitting there trying to calibrate the thing for 45 minutes. I play at a level where calibration is very important.
Here's what
Yeah.
we do: we get there early. You calibrate before.
The worst part about
Yeah, what
it
time's
is-
kick off? Like 5:40?
Yeah, but you might as well just show up early anyways because there's select seatings.
Okay, here's the
I
thing.
have my seat planned, so nobody.
I was gonna say, I have a child. I get select seating.
Well, I'm a huge Chiefs fan, so I think it's there's gonna be some fist throwing.
Rock Band would be
we'll
fun.
bring one
But
of
here's the
our
problem. I have to
camping chairs.
bring my Xbox because of just like the 290 million songs I already have, downloaded. I have a lot.
We have
Chris.
purchased a lot of.
I don't think you
songs.
have as much as I do.
No, but we have a lot. And if I pick up Rivals is like $20 and you get an extra 35 songs if you upgrade to Rock Band.
So
for
were you
Rivals.
able to push forward your Lego Rock Band stuff or no?
Nope. It's the only one.
That's the most annoying part. It's like that's the one that I got locked out of.
Yep.
Because you only had a certain window to get it downloaded.
Yep.
I guess the other one that annoyed me was they had a Beatles Rock Band, and they had some really fun songs on there, and that you could not import the track list.
Yep.
Because of the licensing.
But Lego Rock Band lives on with Kara's brother.
Yep. So we can play that.
Is that a monster?
That's my song.
I know it's your song.
Coming over the hill, is that a monster? You're little Lego people, and then T-Rex is chasing you, and you have to like play to drive away faster.
That's so it's
Jurassic Park, but with Lego characters and
That's
guitars
hilarious.
and
Oh
Lego
my
stuff.
I know we sound like idiots right now.
it's reminiscent.
Mike's
It's,
like, why am I here again? Like,
Okay, I've got one with, like time. Rock Band took over a significant portion of my life.
for sure.
There's I have a notebook that I use to keep like movie night show ideas and stuff in there, and there's a chunk in there where I just wrote from like whenever Rock Band I think two came out. It was like a solid year. I didn't work on anything. And I just called it like the Rock Band era
yes.
because nothing literally happened, and then like I went back to actually doing stuff. But
Yeah,
What came out first, Guitar Hero or Rock
Guitar
Band?
Hero,
Hero.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
That's
Guitar
what I
Hero
thought.
3 and Rock Band came out at the same
Yep.
time.
And Guitar Hero is not even a thing anymore, is it?
No.
That's kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
They oversaturated the market. I like them both for different reasons. I feel like Rock Band's more precise if you want to feel like you're actually playing.
Oh, for sure.
The
Yeah.
thing, Rock or Guitar Hero is funner if you just want to feel like you're like shredding and like doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like their combat mode's pretty fun, but I don't like the circles are so big on Guitar Hero.
I know they are.
I feel like
I
there's
know.
no precision. Like the bars, I feel like you can just really lock into.
It's so
Yeah.
much fun. Rock Band is so good. I really like it. Guitar Hero, I love the controller way more, but
The Guitar Hero controller is 1,000 times better than the Rock
Yep.
Band controller. Rock Band controller sucks.
it does. It does. But it is what it is. So, okay. So, Mike, back to you. All right. So, you love zombies. Like, do you have any other, do you have any fun gaming moments? Did you ever have anybody that you met just over Xbox Live that you've, like, hung out in the lobby with and joined up with? You ever done anything like that?
So, like, other friends that I've met in real life that I've met over
Yeah. Yeah.
online, yeah. There was a buddy of mine named Alex. I met him in real life. What had happened was I moved down to Georgia for a little while, and I was in corrections down there.
Oh, cool.
And when I was doing that on my way back to Oklahoma, I talked to him and I said, "Hey, you're only a couple states away. I'm gonna have quite a bit of a drive. Do you want to meet up?" And I ended up meeting up with him, and I ended up staying with him for I think 3 weeks.
Dang.
That's awesome.
Down
That's
there.
super
Cool.
cool.
That's
and
awesome.
just hung out with him, and this is the only other experience. So it's been awesome so
That's
far.
super cool. What part of Georgia did you live in?
I can't remember it now.
We have a listener.
Glenville, Georgia.
We have a listener who's from Savannah or Atlanta.
I don't know.
One of the-
Georgia.
One of the two, but she's from Georgia. I like one of our repeated fans. That's super awesome. Her name's Juliet, and so yeah,
She normally ends up coming in like right when
Juliet.
we're doing like
I
the
know.
leaks.
First
so.
fan mail.
that's true. That's true. Brad was first fan comment,
That's true.
but yeah, Juliet was the first one to send us that letter actually. So okay, so so that's pretty cool. But you met on Xbox Live technically first.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember like what game you were playing by chance?
I want to say it was Call of Duty.
And you like were playing, and then you partied up, and then
Yep.
added each other as friends. There was the Division. There was a mode called the Dark Zone.
Oh
You ever play-
yeah.
And it was brutal because if you
PvP,
yep,
yep.
if you got stuck against a 4-stack, you get your butt kicked.
Yep.
And there was a guy I never met him in real life, but it was the older I get, the less I want to talk in the lobby, like by a landslide. Right? Hate it, absolutely hate it. Although the other day. I was really either wanting to play some PvP, some multiplayer Call of Duty, just the new one. I just wanted to play some PvP, not by myself. But I loaded it up and I was by myself, and so now my headset has the flip to mute, so I just muted it. And I was just in the lobby, and boy, I'm glad I am never in the lobby because we're always in a party chat. Like I was not doing well in one match, and people were like, "Get off the bottom of the leaderboard, just leave, go kill yourself, you suck." I'm like, man,
Dang.
this is why I don't sit in the lobbies anymore because people are brutal.
That's honestly the number one reason why I don't play PvP
Shooters?
FPSs.
Yeah. They take it way too seriously.
Nobody ever has fun.
No.
Nobody ever has fun playing
It's like-
PvP FPSs. It's just you're either like stressed out and totally quiet because you're in the zone and doing well, but like worried that you're about your streak,
Kara said-
and then it just goes downhill from there.
I'm not allowed to play PvP when Chip can actually comprehend words. because of how angry I get when I play PvP. But
Zero filter.
No, I played PvP with Gabe, and the thing is, I joined all of the Latin Operation Forces in their chat, and the thing is, I wasn't doing the greatest, but they were still like, it was fun. It was like, oh, Vader's coming over. It's so much better playing with people you know. They're like,
100%.
Vader's sitting on C. Let's get him,
Yeah.
And then it's, and then Gabe would go in there and he's like, I'm going in as Rex, and then he just, aerial assaults
Gabe,
Vader with
you know
Rex.
who's the
and-
best.
Gabe says he gave up COD.
Yeah, see, it's too
It's
sweaty.
a broken game, he says.
It's too sweaty.
If I play PvP, it's with people.
Sweaty, is that some sort of new thing? Like
Oh,
that
and
song
people who
slaps?
take it way too
Sweaties?
seriously.
You never heard of Sweaties?
Chris, I got a new one.
Sweaty when you're eating bacon.
I've got all of the generations of talk now. So if
you have
see,
your pulse on the finger of the.
yes, on the thing. So if you're driving down the road, you laugh at it. I've said these and you laughed at it. Jarrett got his cheeks clapped by the Megalodon guy in Call of Duty. Or if you see a vehicle driving down the road, and you've probably seen a lot. You're up here; they're completely rusted out. You'd see vehicles clapped out. And so I learned a new one at work. It's not as nearly as cool, but I was getting changed to go to just go home. And
you ride the bus? How did you need change
no. I was at work and I changed.
You were gonna go
Oh,
do
you're
the
getting
video.
it changed.
Oh yeah, it was when I was coming down here to get.
I thought you said. It sounded like you said I was getting changed.
No.
Like you had gone in and was like, I need 40 quarters to get on the bus.
You had to hit the 50-cent gumball machine.
I want one of those lick-on tattoos.
So
Yes.
I work with a 22-year-old and then I work with a 19-year-old. And the 22-year-old's vocabulary is even different from the 19-year-old's vocabulary. They have different words. And it's just amazing, like the generational stuff that I have to learn in order to communicate now. And so how do you, if you want to get a hold of Jarrett, what do you use to get a hold of him?
TikTok.
Phone,
Your phone. And what app on your phone do you message him with?
WhatsApp.
texting app.
A text.
Yeah,
My,
usually either that or Messenger.
I say my 22, and that's the same. Chris and I, for some reason, use Messenger. I don't know why that became a thing. It just is
I
a thing.
also don't know why.
I don't know why. Anyways, so when I met Derek for the first time, he said, I'll add you on Snap. And I was like, all right. And then I watched him, and the kid snapped, and I love Derek. He's like my favorite. But the kid snaps everything. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes,
government secrets.
he goes, that's how I communicate. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, we only snap each other. And I was like, for everything? Everything. They don't use the built-in text message on their phone. They use Snap for
So they're
everything.
giving China all of their information.
They are. It blew my mind. Okay. Anyways,
I just want to tack one thing onto that. The thing that I dislike about Snapchat is the reason why everybody uses it. Like, it just deletes everything. 97% of the time, I need to go back and find something that was mentioned.
I'll give you a
Okay.
perfect example.
You can turn that off, and you can have your text saved.
But you can also do it on a per message basis. But why? When you can just use message and then it never goes away. You never have to set anything.
Yeah.
And the record's there. I was down with Derek on a deployment, and he sent me his room number, so I went and picked him up. And then we went out and we came back. I dropped him off. A couple days later, had to go pick him up again. Couldn't figure out his room number because he sent it to me on Snap, and it was gone. It was deleted. Doesn't do me any good.
It's just me in the lobby.
Just
James says it deletes everything except what China's saying.
Anyways, I had two stories. Sorry. Xbox Live friends. There's a guy I met in the Dark Zone that I thought was really cool. We became friends, and then I played with stuff with him, and I thought that was pretty cool because I met him in a lobby. Anyways, the new word I learned was I was getting changed, and the new guy goes, "Dang, Jeremy, you got drip."
Oh, I knew that one.
And I was like,
You
"What?"
know drip?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
not. That was completely new to me. So I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you've like your clothes are good."
Yep.
And I was like, I'm not that dumb. You could have just said I had style or something. But
Your clothes are good.
so yeah,
Your
he said I
clothes
got drip. So now I was having fun because I was looking at Chip and I was like, Chip's got drip.
he doesn't, though.
He's got right.
He's got baby drip.
He was wearing the spaceman outfit today. My favorite outfit.
we have to have two tiers. That's baby drip.
Baby
I mean,
drip.
I dressed him pretty cute yesterday to go to the dentist.
You did. You
Yeah,
did.
he was wearing his cute little jogger jeans, and he had this cute little T-shirt and this
He
cute
had
little
socks
cardigan
on.
on.
Can you explain to me why they make running shoes for babies? Can you explain that to me?
It's-
It's
Stupid.
better than that. His socks looked like shoes.
Yeah, his socks
So he
look like
didn't have to
Snickers.
put shoes on because the socks look like shoes.
Rand. I don't know why people buy their kids name brand, super expensive, like
You
Under
Timberlands,
Armour,
right
Nike, stuff like that.
because the favorite outfit that he has that he looks like a spaceman, that's Gap.
Do you know how much that is?
$3.
It's on clearance right now for $7. Do you know how much it was before that?
How much?
14.
Totally worth it to make them look like a little
That
spaceman.
is not expensive. That is not expensive.
That is
by any-
expensive.
Okay, so when I'm talking, people buy their kids like Under Armour shoes, which are like $50.
Not
They're
for
good-
babies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Easy.
100%. Yep.
Easy.
Yep. They do, and then they outgrow them in like a month. So it's like, what's the point?
Yep.
My kids get Walmart shoes,
But
yo.
my what's the point thing is like they're not cross training. They're not running marathons. They don't need built-in shock absorbing insoles.
Yep.
What are you doing?
They make infant like Under Armour shoes.
No.
Yep.
I just.
Under
not
Armour,
for $50.
Puma, Adidas. Yes.
James says
100%.
Jeremy had drip it fat guys too.
All right. Well, besides the Old Navy Under Armour shoes, Xbox, Mike, I'm trying to pull up some more stories here for you. So, let's see. So you were able to meet some people in real life. What's your favorite game?
Oh, I've got too many, man.
You got too many.
Yeah.
So like, for
Is there a type of game that you don't like playing? If you're like, oh, I don't
Oh, yeah,
like
that's a
sports
good point.
games or I don't like RPGs.
Yeah, probably
or-
sports games. I'm not a big. Well, I like the UFC games, but like
Okay.
football, basketball.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm there with you on that.
I used to like
And I-
Madden until it became a total steaming turd.
Yeah.
yeah, and paid like they make you pay to even get anything remotely. You already buy the game and then
EA used to be the best.
yeah.
And now they're what's the opposite of the best? EA. That's what they are.
Okay.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome to chat.
Hi, Jeff. Is Jeff new?
No.
Is
Oh,
Jeff's
Jeff Stone.
Yep.
Jeff Stone?
Hi, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Okay, so let's see. So no sports, but do you like Forza? You ever playing motorsports?
Yeah,
Horizon.
Forza. I'll do Forza.
Oh, Horizon's so good.
Racing
Horizon
games are
4.
fun.
So, what?
What?
Huh?
I said racing games are fun.
Oh, racing games are fun.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you-
Jeremy-
I thought
Jeremy
you said
will-
you forgot your phone or something.
No.
Jeremy will sometimes
for
let
Speed.
me
Oh yeah. Yep.
design his cars for him.
was Forza the one you made the burn notice car in?
That was a Forza game. Yeah.
That was a
Yep.
slick car.
Yep. That was it. Live. Oh, that was so cool.
The only Need for Speed I ever played was Most Wanted. That was my favorite.
Wanted.
I loved Most Wanted.
One
back
of
in the
my
day.
favorite computer games of all time, and it taught me about racing.
Escape from
was-
Monkey Island.
No. was Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. If anybody had ever played that.
I don't think I
No.
played that one.
And it had like all these Porsches from like 50s, and then you'd start off and you'd have to drive this like 1950s Porsche, and it was just super slow. But then as you'd level up, you'd get like access to better Porsches and stuff like that. And then was there one of the hot pursuits that you could get like the Mercedes? What is it? The SLK, beautiful long sports car. They're super good. I love racing games.
Is
Anyways,
that the 1 through 15?
the Mercedes CLK GTR. I don't know. We need to have.
You're just saying all sorts of alphabets here.
We need a second monitor for you, Chris, so you can like be putting stuff up on the side that you can just like whip in or do a quick
Well, I wonder if that's
monitor
hot
grab.
pursuit.
It
Yeah.
wa-
James
one of
says
the ones was
PlayStation used to have a
Hopper.
hockey game where you could play hockey with ATVs.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Now it's like Rocket
Sounds-
League with
yeah,
soccer
sounds
and
like
cars,
Rocket
right?
League, yeah.
It's Rocket League and Hocket League.
Right. But I saw like, are you excited for Halo Infinite to come out? No. Yes. No.
Haven't been too excited about most of the newer not
Newer
Call of Duty.
Halos.
Halo, yeah.
I love.
Didn't that get pushed back to
Well, this
holiday?
year
I thought it got pushed back to
it was going to
holiday.
come out this year.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was supposed to come out earlier.
it was
and then
supposed to
it
come
got
out
pushed.
as a launch with the Xbox, and then it never
Yeah.
did. But okay, you can see all the Star Wars stuff
Oh
here.
yeah.
Do you like Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
Do you watch the Mando?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What'd you think of this season?
Loved it.
Loved it. Loved the
it.
ending. Luke making his appearance.
Yep.
Spoiler for anybody who hasn't watched.
Too bad.
I know,
Too
right?
bad.
It's like it's been out for a while now.
It came out last
Right.
year.
Do you remember? So do you remember like? Did you ever? When was the first Star Wars? Do you remember like any Star Wars experiences? Like, what was your first Star Wars movie? Did you see the original three, or did you not jump into the Phantom Menace? And
I watched the first original ones like way little. Grandpa threw them on and
yes,
just watched them as a kid, and
that's
it's
why.
been forever since I watched the originals. I need to go back really.
That's
and
why
just watch
everybody
them.
here is watching for those exact stories, just like that. So
Yeah.
you used to watch them with your grandpa, or you put them on.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, he'd put them on for me right before we'd go to sleep or go to bed or something. He'd just throw it up there, and
Oh,
I'll just be like,
That's
wow.
awesome.
which
So-
one's your favorite?
Revenge of the Sith.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Alright.
That is a good one. That is a good one. And you've seen 7, 8, 9?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So like,
Quick side thing, David said he just applied for beta testing Halo. Hope he gets picked.
Oh, that'd be
Ooh,
sweet.
that'd be awesome.
That'd be sweet.
Did you put in your $6,000 entry fee?
Right.
Yeah, right. But that's what's so much fun about those movies, and you need to go back and rewatch the new
I
ones
do.
because they hold up.
Well, I also want to get my girlfriend to watch them with me so
she-
she can have that experience. But because she watched the most recent ones, the last 3 recent
But she's never
ones.
seen 4, 5, 6.
No, she's never seen any of the
Yes!
other Star Wars. So,
Oh, that's the best. That is the best.
as an intro to get her into Star Wars, because at first she just was like, "No, you're a nerd.
That's for nerds.
I don't want to." Yeah. So I was like, "All right, well, let's watch these first ones," and then she got into it. And now that she watched those first 3, she actually likes it, was into it, and then I was like, "Well, hey, watch Mando with me."
Oh yes, you
And
are
then
so good.
she was like, "Okay," and then Baby Yoda, Grogu,
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
got her hooked.
Yes.
I mean, how
So
can you
now-
pass up that little thing?
So now when I go
So
back,
cute.
I can enjoy the original ones and hopefully get her to enjoy those too, and that'll give her some more backstory for all those characters that she's
Bingo.
learned.
I
So-
mean, if you could get her to watch the Clone Wars TV show.
Oh yeah,
So
Okay.
what I was gonna
yeah,
say
the
is,
cartoon, yeah.
Yeah.
this is what I love about Star Wars is the lenses of which different people are going to get exposed to Star Wars. So imagine people who never watched 4, 5, 6 originally, but then they watch 1, 2, 3, right? They know Anakin's Darth Vader. But that was a huge twist for people in the 80s and 70s when, a Luke,
Yeah.
or no, he doesn't say that.
He says,
just
"No,
says,
I am
"No,
your
I am
father."
your father." That caught
He
myself.
told me you killed him.
So imagine that, right? So now there's not a world that I can even wrap my mind around seeing the end of Mandalorian season 2 and not knowing anything else about Luke. So for somebody to be able to go back and then watch like Luke's story, it will
dang, yeah.
make 4 that much cooler for someone
Yeah.
who's never seen it. Like I would say if somebody hasn't almost seen 4, 5, 6 at this point, maybe have them watch Mando because then I overlook the fact that it was made in the 70s because it looks like it was made today. The movie holds up extremely well.
I mean, the hairstyles say it was made in the 70s.
Yes, but I mean, like Harrison Ford is timeless. Chewie is obviously timeless.
He's a
R2D2 is amazing. They did such a good job with everything. Anthony Daniels is the voice of C-3PO. So imagine like going back and watching that.
Like even
He
whenever,
was C-3PO.
oh,
He was in
you could
that
start with
suit.
Rogue One. You could start with Rogue One.
yeah,
You could totally do
Rogue
it.
One.
You might want to do that if she hasn't seen it,
yeah, no,
because
she hasn't
then
seen
it's still modern. It's got action, and then it hands
It's
off
very
right to
well
4.
regarded.
Yeah, hands off right to 4. I would say start with Rogue One.
that wouldn't be a bad option.
Yeah.
That you ease into it,
Like so, for example, in Mando, whenever Boba made his first appearance,
Oh yeah, see.
I
Oh,
lost
man,
it. I was
I
like,
did
"Oh
too.
my god, what?"
So funny thing, my younger brother, he watched it, and he and his roommate have a Ring doorbell, and he made so much noise screaming about the fact that Boba made an appearance. His doorbell caught, I think it was Ring, maybe it was Nest. Anyway, it caught the sound and it recorded it. And so there's this little clip of nothing but AJ screaming, "Oh my gosh, it's Boba Fett!" Just like literally screaming. It's so funny.
I was like, "Oh, he's coming for his armor." Oh, oh no! And my girlfriend, she's just sitting there like,
Who's that?
"When's
I
Baby
made her
Yoda
sound
back on
like
the
Wayne.
screen?"
Right.
Right.
Like,
Bobo
go back to
Fett.
him.
Yeah.
I lost it when Boba Fett showed up. Too.
Yeah.
Like,
So is on the same note, the way that they handled, like, I had no idea. Was Boba gonna like want to kill Mando? Was Boba
Right.
gonna want to help Mando? I had no idea. And the direction they took Boba is absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think when Slave
good.
1 showed up too?
Who?
Slave 1, the ship.
the ship.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that sick? And the bomb scene with it's going up and then
when he blew
the
up the TIE fighters. Oh heck yeah!
best sound in Star Wars, man.
Mm-hmm.
Best sound effect in Star Wars. So cool.
Yep.
Doing that in
Yes.
the video games too. Yeah. Just take you back.
Yep.
It's so good. Did you play Rogue Squadron at all? One of my
Oh,
favorite things.
not the new one.
No, but I mean like the one for the 64 by chance, or the GameCube. Was
Yes.
it GameCube?
I thought it was 64.
I think it was 64.
There was there was one in the 64, and then there was also one in the GameCube. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it
Okay.
was Rogue Squadron 2. Then was on the Rogue Squadron 2. You could do the Hoth mission for the first time ever, and that made me lose my mind as a kid because that was really fun. But then with Rogue Squadron, you'd start off, you'd be like Wedge flying in Tatooine, but you could like look at your ships around your hangar. There was a cheat code you could put in, and you get in a Naboo starfighter. And it was like we just own everything with like one shot everything. It was the coolest thing.
I remember always going in the Millennium Falcon if I could. That was my go-to.
Such a good game. Such a good game.
James says they need the Slave One bomb sound effect for text alerts.
Oh my goodness, could you imagine?
Oh, that'd be 100%.
It wouldn't be that hard to do. Just grab a sample of it.
The funny thing is though, you know how it would be really, really, really cool. Okay, Chris, we need
Jeremy's
to
got a million thoughts.
we need to do a skit or a sketch. We need to do a small thing, and this is brilliant. This is
Somebody
brilliant.
Don't throw your shoulder up, patting yourself on the back,
This is
Jeremy.
brilliant. So the coolest part about Boba Fett's bomb is the silence. The coolest part about Boba Fett's bomb is the silence beforehand.
Yeah.
So imagine this is like a YouTube video now, right? A couple guys like, hey man, check out my new text message, right? And as they're talking, the text comes in, and as they're talking, every single sound goes quiet. Then the bomb text plays. So it's like your text message being that bomb sounds makes everything quiet before it goes off.
Like you see people talking in the
Yes,
background,
exactly.
but no
But it just
sound
cuts the
coming
sound
out of it.
off. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I like it.
And then you just cut to different scenarios where they're like doing something, like they're sitting at work and then they're like,
Well, you'd be out in the
and then
woods
all
or
this,
something with
Yeah.
birds going
You should
off.
be like
and then
back,
all-
and somebody was like, a little bit more, a little bit more.
more.
right?
That's why it just crashes.
Exactly. That would be, dude, that's got virality.
We'll do that as a short.
That is absolutely has to be a short. It is and it's so easy to do. You don't
It
need to
would
do
be
any
very
VFX
easy
or
to
anything.
do.
You just, be practical.
Yeah.
And then the would all be sound. That would be easy enough. Oh yeah,
That'd be
that is
really
hilarious.
Easy enough that Jeremy could do it.
Well, I
Who
mean,
brought that up? Did you just make that as a text message, or did you say it, Mike?
No,
did-
James
wasn't it
McLaughlin.
Yeah.
James, we will write you in as co-contributor to the thought.
Co-contributor to the thought.
That's super cool. 'Cause,
we
yeah,
gotta-
that's the impact of it, because they were zipping around and the second Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and then Obi-Wan's chasing him, and then just boom. It's that silence, man. It's the silence. It just does it for me.
Ashley says, I grew up listening to The Saga Begins by Weird Al when I was a kid, but never watched any of the Star Wars movies. Then in December of 2019, David and I watched all the movies with the girls, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And wow, The Saga Begins makes perfect sense. Weird Al is my favorite.
Chris, do you like Weird Al?
Uh-huh.
So I want to talk about Weird Al for a second.
Second concert I ever went to was Weird Al.
You got to see him in person?
Twice.
What?
Dang, that's awesome.
That's
He is so
sick.
good live.
Okay, so we know that Weird Al asked permission to use songs.
Yep.
So I was just reading about this tonight before we came down. Prince never let him do anything.
Yep.
And Weird Al asked him multiple times. So did you hear the story that they were going to be at an award show together and they were going to sit by each other? And Prince's lawyers wrote Weird Al a letter saying he's not allowed to make eye contact
Yep.
with Prince because of how many times Prince has turned him down. So did you hear what Weird Al did?
I did not.
He wrote him a letter back saying that Prince isn't allowed to make eye contact with him. But that's just like to be funny or whatever. Yeah. But did you know, or at least this is what somebody wrote, it is not true. It could be true, but was there actually does anybody have any idea what the songs were he was going to do?
I think one of them was Purple Rain.
That would make sense.
So-
he does popular songs.
I can't remember. There's a couple other ones.
Somebody
Obviously,
commented,
Prince's-
they're like, I really wish Prince would have gave him permission because then we could have and then they named off what they thought the songs would have been. I can't remember the one for Purple Rain, but it was When the Gloves Dry.
Nice.
And I was like, just like whether that was what he was really going to do or not. I was like, it's just so Weird Alish. I wish I could have heard him.
So I know a famous one that got turned down. Paul McCartney, who wrote "Live and Let Die," the Bond theme song. Weird Al wanted to do Chicken Pot Pie, but Paul McCartney's a vegan. And he didn't want to promote a pro-meat dish so with the song.
It's really funny. So specifically, when Weird Al asked Nirvana if he could cover one of their songs, they said, it's not going to be about food, is it? Because he did so many food albums.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have done vegan pot pie.
And then,
Yeah, that's true.
and then when he told, when he told them that he was going to do, was it Smells Like Teen Spirit? Because no one can
he's
hear
like,
what
I'm
you
going to do a song about how nobody can understand
what you're saying.
And they're like, oh, okay.
and they loved it. And then they
such a
also
good story.
multiple artists have said you've made it when Weird Al does a parody.
Chamillionaire was the first one to be like, hey, it's like having a number one song is fine, but you made it with Weird Al.
Yes,
That's not
it's
white and nerdy.
so cool.
It does blow my mind though that people turn him down. Doesn't Lady Gaga? Didn't she turn him down?
No,
Initially she had, but she like because it was she's the one who was Born This Way, right?
Yep.
So she had initially turned him down. Her lawyers had turned him down. And the song specifically "Born This Way" like meant a lot to her because it's about like like people like living the life that they want to live as the person that they think they are, not being forced into social norms or whatever. So like she was hesitant to give permission once she found out because she didn't want to just automatically decline like her representations had. But she wanted to make sure that he was going to do something that was respectful to the song. And I think he ended up donating all the profits from the song to some sort of charity or something.
Oh, that's cool.
sick.
To the thing, but yeah, Perform This Way, the Weird Al version, is a send-up of how Lady Gaga performs.
Funny.
Which is funny. It's probably the best song off of that album.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
I own every Weird Al album. It's the only
But do
thing
you
I spend
have the
actual money
Weird
on.
Al child's book? Children's book.
I don't, but I watched somebody read it on YouTube.
Well, Tiffany got it for
Yeah,
us. and
Tiffany loves
That's
Weird Al, so she got it
awesome.
for us for Chip.
It's so good. It's so good. It's super, super cool.
I've still got I can't remember which. There's a song where he ends up confetti cannoning out money, and it's Weird Al like $1,000 bills. I still have some of those at home.
No way.
That's awesome.
That's super cool. And I know that's a lot because Chris, when we were at GalaxyCon, he was like, not really. Like, we got Bender's autograph. We got to meet John DiMaggio, the voice actor for Bender from
Super cool
Futurama.
guy. Super cool guy.
Did you watch
yeah.
Futurama?
Oh, yeah.
So, John DiMaggio, like, we went to Star Wars Celebration in April of 2019, and it changed our lives. It was so cool. We
started this.
We started
It did
this.
start
We got
this.
to meet Peter Mayhew before he passed away.
3
we got
weeks
to meet
before he passed away.
Lando, the guy who played Lando.
Billy D. Williams.
Billy
Billy D.
Williams.
Williams. We got to meet
Ashley Eckstein.
Ashley. So if you do have you watched the Clone Wars at all? Mm-mm. So there's Captain Rex and Ahsoka, all these people from the Clone Wars. We got to meet all the voice
Ahsoka,
actors for
yeah.
them. We got to meet who else was the big one? Peter Mayhew was the biggest
D.
one. but-
Bradley Baker we met.
Yep.
It was D. Bradley Baker, James Arnold Taylor, Matt
How about
Blanchard,
Phineas and Ferb? Have you watched Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah.
Perry the Platypus.
Okay.
We
The
got to meet
voice
the
actor
voice
for
actor for
him, D.
Perry.
Bradley Baker.
He's played in everything. He was Klaus the Fish in American Dad.
He's literally
in
everything. I swear
He's,
he probably
have you
has
watched
the
Avatar:
most
The Last
credits.
Airbender? He plays Appa and Momo.
Yep.
He's the voice for Appa and Momo.
All the animals.
He's the same guy.
He
He plays
very
every.
good
He's
at-
Captain Rex. He's everybody. It's
Literally
amazing.
all
Wow.
the clones.
He's literally all the clones. Yeah.
Literally.
and I'm all the Jedi.
So we got to meet him, and that was amazing. But when we went to GalaxyCon, which was a big convention right down not too far from the Minneapolis or the Mall of America, it was it's just every fandom, every nerd thing that you could possibly. It's just a Comic-Con in Minnesota convention. And John DiMaggio only had 15 people in his line at the time, maybe 20.
Yeah, he was something got messed up scheduling wise or something, and he was supposed to be in the main autograph area or whatever, and something got messed up, so he was just sitting out in his own booth thing when he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And we're look, I was off somewhere else getting B-roll of something.
Yep.
And then you guys had gotten in line, and then I had to try and find you, and I got told off because I was in the no camera zone.
But what was better, John DiMaggio gave you permission to come and
Yeah,
film it.
His agent was like, "This from now on, I remember this is gonna be one of those things." So you got they had the option of getting a picture with him.
Yep, so you could get his autograph, or you could get a selfie with him, or you could do both for $45.
So they asked us instead of getting a picture with him, can we have our video guy give video of this happening or whatever? And the agent was like, "You guys famous?"
And what did Jeremy say? No. I looked at him, I was like, if somebody asked if you're famous, you say yes.
Could you imagine if John DiMaggio would have heard that? I was like, yeah, we're famous. And they'd be like, oh, cool, can I get your autograph or something?
Be like,
That would've
why?
been-
He was like,
Yes, you
trade
can.
autographs.
Your podcast.
I should bring that picture down here. We should add that to the shelves now.
Yeah.
Should.
That we totally should. So here's what was just really cool and memorable. It was that, and this is why I hate freaking Walmart 19. That's our code name for you know what.
Oh, okay.
Because it was I want to go back to the time when we could do that.
I
So
know.
he's right there behind the table, and when he goes to sign your autograph, you can have him. He's like, "What do you want to hear me say?" So you can tell him any of his characters. You could do the dog from Star Adventure Time.
Jake.
But I said you got to do something in Bender, and so he did a Bender line, which was super awesome. And then normally
No, we
he would
had to do later losers.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
we
better.
did later losers, and so he
Yeah.
did Bender, and so normally he'll take your phone and then
I
he'll
have the
hold it
picture.
out, and then Kara and I would get in there, right? Well, for us, he came out from around the table and like actually came out and then like took like 3 or 4. He's just going to town taking selfies. It was the coolest thing. So we have a selfie.
It was
with him.
awesome.
That's
He was
awesome.
the nicest person ever.
He was so nice. It was so awesome. So
So in addition, because they had foregone the option of getting the selfie so that I could record the interaction.
Yeah.
And he still did the selfie. Anyway.
yeah, he still did it. Wow, you found that fast.
So apparently
Wow.
your phone now will tell you as you're scrolling the dates of when it was. I was like, November.
Huh. And that was
So, yeah.
November of 18.
19. Yep.
So, yeah.
So that there it is. Yeah, it was just so cool. It was.
You
It was
should-
what do I have to bring it up?
Yeah. We're talking about it. I showed it around.
Back to the right now. There you go.
So that is a voice actor.
So I'm about 15 feet behind this. Like, I could have taken this picture.
I mean, John DiMaggio took my phone and took the picture. I was like, I've never.
That was your old phone, though. That you've gotten a phone since then.
You have.
We did. We got these phones on the way home from GalaxyCon.
We did. We stopped by the Rosedale Mall and
We did. I forgot
So you
about
traded
that.
in your John DiMaggio phone.
Yep, the day I
Should
got
have
the
him
picture was.
sign it.
well, then she traded it in.
Well,
But
I
then
mean,
what he
it's
got
not-
more is
okay.
what
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing, guys.
Oh,
I still have the case he touched.
That's true.
Gabe
So-
says if he makes any tips on Twitch, the funds are going to his celebration tickets.
Oh,
Oh, it'd be
dude.
so fun to meet up.
Dude, if
that'd
you
be
go to
awesome.
Celebration-
Brad, Gabe, it's all in
Juliet?
California.
ROT, yeah. We'll fly Juliet out. ROT party.
Right?
Mike, you might as well come out to California, August 2022.
I mean, Brad, are you planning on going to Celebration 2022? I mean,
He's
it's
at least going to be in the neighborhood. He could just come
Yeah.
down and visit.
He still has to show me where to get Dole Whip.
You're so obsessed with that.
I
just
know.
think of Bob Dole.
Okay,
We
we're
got-
going to read listener mail, and then we're going to cut to Reddit, but I'm going to read listener mail. Because this is an awesome Star Wars story.
So
Okay,
for those of you who do not know,
so
you
like,
can send an email to Jeremy at contact@riseofthepodcast.com. And you can tell your Star Wars stories. You can challenge Jeremy to a riddle. You can ask him to do a bunch of push-ups. Basically anything you want in there, but he just wants to hear from you via email.
you can ask, but that doesn't mean I have to comply. All right, so
we will
here we
make
go.
him comply.
So this is from Brad, BRD11, and he did send this to contact@riseofthepodcast. All right. Hi, guys, and Kara. Please include her for once. God. I wanted to send something several months ago, but I've been going over it in my brain since I came up with what I wanted to share. It took Tolkien 10 years to write his follow-up story. And let's face it, George R. R. Martin will never finish his last 2 books, so cut me some slack.
It's true.
Jeremy, no sad puppy dog eyes about not having listener mail for a while. This should tide you over for a bit, and this absolutely did. It's just, email is so fun because it's not the same as like a text message notification and like a short, long form message. This is like the notification's there, just sitting in your inbox, and then you're going about your day, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna check my mail. So then when you check it, it's just waiting there for you. This is the closest you can get a letter without paper. Hence the email.
Welcome to 1994.
So he ended
You've
with, so
got
this
mail.
should tide you over for a bit. First order of business, congrats on the baby. He's just right out there.
Well, thank you.
You guys will be great. You guys will be great parents. You will be great parents, and Uncle Brownie, I'm sure, will be Chip's fave. Some advice, though. Maybe enroll him in jujitsu, because with a name like Chip, he's going to need to learn how to defend himself. But also have the confidence to know when to walk away. Kara, there is no kicking or punching, so he will be fine.
We've been watching Cobra Kai, so
So that's karate. Jiu-jitsu's all
Karate.
about throws.
no, I know, but I mean, if my kid can learn to kick butt, he's gonna learn to kick butt. That's all I gotta say.
So, would you want him to learn Cobra Kai? Strike
No,
first.
not
No
Cobra
mercy.
Kai. John Kreese is a douche.
So second, I would like to formally change my title to first fan, as it seems more appropriate.
And we've already taken care of that part of business. Taken care of. Took
I was gonna say, did you say tooken, Chris? Are
J.R.R.
words hard for you today?
I am surrounded by people that say tooken instead of taken.
Really?
I'd say more people say tooken than taken than not in my group of people. So Ryan in particular, but Tony famous for saying it, and a couple other people that I talk to a lot.
Ridiculous.
All right, so here we go. So growing up, my grandfather was the person that I looked up to. He could do anything, and people came to him to fix everything. I don't think he ever hired anyone to a job ever. He found the tools and made it happen. He was tough, kind, and one of the funniest people I have ever known. My pop loved spending time with me and taking me everywhere. Fishing, the bar, whatever the adventure of the day was. He was a truck driver, and once he took me on a weekend haul. Let's just say it was a pretty amazing experience, and I remember it vividly. One of the best things was him letting me get on the CB radio and talk to the other truck drivers. Now, I'm sure those other truck drivers, hearing a kid say, breaker, breaker, anyone got their ears on? Followed by giggles, probably drove them nuts, and for everyone for miles probably had the radios off before too long. One day, I was in Sears in the toy section with my mom, and of course, I had to look at the Star Wars figures. I remember my mom saying something like, hey, that's Pop, and pulling down a Hammerhead figure off the rack. Now, Hammerhead was my grandfather's call sign on the CB radio. It was a play on words, as he was quite the tool guy. So we bought two, one for me, of course, and one as a gift for my grandfather. Now, I want to point out there's a picture attached, and it's of an Ithorian action figure. That the Ithorian's name is a Hammerhead. So the Ithorians are like the ones with they look like a
hammerhead, but with a body, like
Yeah.
a humanoid body.
Before I left for boot camp, my grandfather was ill. He had a brain tumor and had been in and out of the hospital for a while. He had drank and smoked most of his life, and that was clearly the cause. Although he was not well, he still had his wits about him. We spent the day together before I left. We joked and teased everyone as usual. It was a good day. Boot camp ended right in time for me to come home for Thanksgiving leave. He could no longer talk and was bedridden at home. He died the next morning, and my mom said he held on just long enough to see me one more time. While cleaning out the bedside table, my mom found this. And that is the picture that he still had, that Ithorian action figure. From way back in the day.
To the right and a little bit further away.
That right there is
little more
Hammerhead
to
the
the right.
Ithorian from Brad. Isn't that cool?
That's crazy.
I like that story. That's so.
That's a good Star Wars story.
Yeah.
That is such a good Star Wars story. So Brad, thank you so much for sending that letter to us. It made my day, and
Oh,
I didn't.
heck yeah.
I didn't like spring it on these guys, and it's really funny because I read it to Kara on the way here because Kara wrote the reply, which was
I
funny
did.
enough, and then Chris, I said, "Hey, I'm going to read this to you for some feedback," and Chris said, "Sure, now I'm the last to know." So Chris was like, "Oh,
I'm always the last to know, so it's
As
my
is
time.
the way. This is the way.
this is the way. This is the way." So we are a Star Wars podcast, Mike. So we have to talk about Star Wars stuff. Now, we had no problem talking about Star Wars stuff today. But what we like to do is we have a little section that we go to each week where we go and we check out what is the new leaks and what speculation is going on in the Star Wars world. So Chris is going to read them a couple of those, and you're going to probably find out some new things, as am I.
We just need the internet to comply.
We all know how the internet is down here.
Oh, how many frames have we dropped so far? We haven't dropped any. Jinxed. We haven't dropped any frames.
What?
This week.
Dang.
Gabe says, "Dang, I'm emotional now with that."
Right? Isn't that a
Yes.
great
Yeah.
email? Like, good lord. Jeremy will attest to this. I think I started writing my reply leaving the house and didn't finish until after we got here. And that's a good 35-minute drive. I was typing things in. I was like, delete, 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 delete. Typing things back in. Delete.
She wrote the whole way here.
I did.
Dang. There's Elite Squad Trooper Black Series figures from the Bad Batch.
Ooh. I'm
coming
excited for
out.
the Bad Batch.
Looks pretty sweet.
That's gonna be good. It's an extension to the Clone Wars after Order 66.
Okay.
If you haven't, you need to go back and check out Clone Wars and Rebels. They're animated, but they're very good.
Yeah.
They're darker
Watch-
than Clone Wars. The cartoon is darker than the movies.
Yeah.
It is. There is
There's no gore, but it's it definitely.
the Krell arc, where Krell is
Don't.
I don't remember
the,
the
the,
names.
the squid with the it was like he had 4 arms. He was like Grievous.
Okay.
The Umbaran storyline
Yeah.
with Umbara
Yep.
making the clones.
Yep.
That's a dark arc.
It is.
That's dark.
It.
Wait.
Yes.
You
There's
talking about the
cl-
spider guy?
No, not Trench.
Oh, I was like,
Krell.
Krell, yeah.
Yeah.
French.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, Trench. Spider guy. And then there's Captain Rex finds a clone that defected, or he quit the army.
Don't.
I'm not spoiling anything, but being a military commander.
It's a show that examines what life during war
Yeah.
is like.
Perfect.
There you go.
It's really
That's probably one of my
really
favorite episodes.
that is
It's a good one.
hands down because this guy saves Rex's life. and then Rex has to take the decision: does he turn him in, or does he let him ride?
It's okay.
It's
Then
so good.
The other thing is watch in chronological order, not release order.
So
There's a website
just like the
out there that'll tell you
movies.
how to watch
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
That's-
it'll tell you.
if I watched it in chronological with going off of the website, I would have been so lost if
Yeah.
I had just watched in the order that they put them out because it's all over the place.
You watched it release order.
I watched it release order first, and I was so good because you've got Zero the Hutt in one episode, and then he's just never in it for 4 seasons, and then it's a prequel. To
I
when he-
hate his voice.
Oh,
I do too.
Hey,
It's so
I'm
annoying.
Zero.
His girlfriend's voice too. It's
His
grindy.
girlfriend is.
Butch's girlfriend. Woof.
Right. That's exactly it. So is it? Which episode is it in that is in Revenge of the
No, she's
Empire
in.
Strikes Back.
No, she's in Return of the Jedi in
in
Jabba's
Return
palace.
of the Jedi.
She was one of the CGI additions,
Yeah,
wasn't she?
the one with the
Or at least-
long mouth with the lips in the
way
air,
out here.
green, kind of
Size
bubble
noodles.
body.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
She was like a
I think
CGI.
they had a puppet of her
in the original one.
in the original one, but she was cut out, and then
Yeah.
they re-added her back in as
As
CGI.
CGI.
And her voice is just as bad then.
Anyway,
Sorry,
go
Chris.
back.
You gotta have more
rewatch,
leads.
Watch Clone Wars chronological order.
That's the song. I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Because I watched Return of the Jedi 1,000 times when I was a kid.
And he may or may not have had a crush on her.
I like when their legs go all the way up.
So
No torso, just head and legs.
another really cool fan experience that this has brought on. The 2 celebrities. So we, at the beginning of 2020, the reason why we bought the teleprompter, we had a teleprompter. The reason why I bought the teleprompter is Chris came up with it. I thought it was a great idea, and we did it for 2 months.
Well, we did it longer
3
than
months?
that.
We did a long
did
time.
Anyways,
Almost 70 episodes. It was a little bit over 2 months. We did 70 episodes.
we did. We would release a daily 60-second Star Wars fact, and so we did one on Femi Taylor. She is the woman who played the Green Twi'lek who gets dropped into the Rancor pit
By Jabba the Hutt.
by Jabba the Hutt.
Okay.
So you know the scene, and she screams and she gets eaten.
Yeah.
That actress went back when they redid the movies. How many years later?
20-something
and
years
reshot
later.
the same scenes 20 years later, and still looked identical. And so we
It
did.
says she was in better shape the second time around.
She was in better shape the second time around. So I found she has a Facebook fan page, and I just wrote the fan page. She runs her fan page, and she wrote back to us because I'm like, hey, we did a Star Wars Every Day on you. Just thought you'd want to know. She wrote back to us. She's like, I watched it. I loved it. That's great. Thank you guys so much.
Who did the one? Was it me or you?
I don't remember.
Did she
I
see
think it was
me?
you. It was you.
She saw me.
It was you.
Just kidding.
She knows what you look like now.
And then Phil Lamar, who plays also in Futurama, he plays Hermes Conrad.
Yeah.
We did one for his birthday. He's in Samurai Jack and
Millions of other things.
But he played something in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I forget who he played in Star Wars, but we did a happy birthday shout out to him. I wrote him on Facebook. He also wrote back to us. Or no, he liked the video.
He liked the video.
He freaking liked the video.
Yep.
So it's like these people who I love watching the work they made have taken a second out of their lives to watch something that we've made. So it was like one of the really cool things.
Yeah.
And like
That's
I've said
super
before, voice actors are way cooler than
They are awesome.
And Femi Taylor's not like this huge name that's like, so it's cool that these people you like.
Right.
I think she's more well known as a choreographer
Yeah.
Yeah,
than as
absolutely.
an actress.
And then-
Her boyfriend friend requested me on Facebook. So now I keep tabs on what she and her boyfriend.
They
are
go all
doing.
over Europe.
Oh, yeah,
and then
they-
she goes
they
and does
travel
cons over here.
extensively.
And but you know Adam Savage,
Sounds familiar.
Mythbusters.
Yeah.
We did a panel in September or October, a virtual.
I think it was
panel
October.
right here, and we had. So we did this virtual panel on Lego and Star Wars, and he was the very panel after us.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a
So
very good
there's a chance that he saw us.
yeah, he could have watched.
How cool
our
would
show,
that
too.
be? Like, oh,
I
my
feel like we
gosh.
did a good job of like selling people to stick around for him too.
For sure.
Well,
For
a lot
sure.
of people commented and said
He's
they
probably
really
secretly
liked what
a
we
fan,
did.
Chris.
What's that?
He's
Yeah,
probably
right?
secretly a fan.
Oh yeah.
He's just one of the longtime lurker.
yeah.
Yes.
He's like, oh man, another rise of the podcast. He probably listens to us while he does his one day builds.
That'd be like as much as I think that'd be amazing. I
Hey,
doubt
it's like
that.
probably the same odds as winning the Powerball, but it's still fun to dream, right? You
Yeah,
can't
that's
play if
true.
you don't win.
Like considering it's like 11 o'clock at night in San Francisco right now.
No, they're behind us.
Oh, that's right.
They're
This goes
2
the
hours
other way.
behind us. Yeah,
Oh, so he's eating dinner right now.
he's eating dinner right now.
Well, I mean, he could always listen to it like, Mondays
you
we
listen to
release
the audio
it.
version.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
just saying. Just saying.
It'd be cool. I wouldn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay, finish up some more Star Wars leaks.
So Rosario Dawson shared the makeup process to create
I
Ahsoka.
saw that and it ruined the magic for me.
Okay, she also talked about her costume though. They did the one for her costume, and for cosplayers that was huge.
Yeah, because it's like a how-to now.
Right. So like her shirt piece is actually a bodysuit. It's like the one like a baby onesie. You snap it underneath. So like that sucker is not going to go anywhere.
Look at the
Nice.
glint in Kara's eye.
Like-
You really like cosplay, don't you?
So glinty.
I do.
She's like,
Cosplay
oh,
is where
she's
it's
just
at.
taking notes, screenshotting the article, running the printer. Must save forever.
I do want to make the Mandalorian.
But did you see she had the
cosplay.
bald cap on? So you need a bald cap, Kara.
I'd wear a bald cap.
Just ask Jeremy how he does it.
Yeah.
We were talking. We were like, if we combine Chip's head with your head, we'd have one full head of hair.
So funny.
Because Chip is beginning to bald on the sides, so he's got like this Ragnar Lothbrok strip down the middle.
If you're gonna
I
lose
have
your hair,
plenty on that.
losing it on the sides is way more ideal than
know.
losing it on top.
Yeah, this is where I need it, not where I need it.
My
I'll
hair is just where I
swap.
need it.
You know what we need to do, Kara? Oh my goodness, this would be hilarious. Once Chip's older and he's actually got some decent hair, one year for Halloween we should dress him up as me and then just shave the center of his head.
Oh my god!
And then he could go around as me.
Well, it's-
And then we'll just finish it off after that day. So then he can just have a buzz cut.
I was gonna make the suggestion before that. You know how they say like the longer people are married, the more they start to look like each other.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Should cut Kara's hair to look like yours.
You should.
1,000 subscribers.
No.
If you'll cut Kara's hair
To look like mine.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Jeremy, do you want a bald wife? Do you want me to like
No, that's
shave that
fine.
and then completely go bald?
No, that's fine. I wouldn't be bothered. We could also probably just find a bald cap that makes it look like my hair.
There we go. Let's do that. I like my hair.
It'll grow back.
Do you know how long it takes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, what's that? That's a year worth of growth.
It's from May. So it's like
7 months.
8 months, 7-8 months, yeah.
I mean,
You're making
Don't
Jeremy
worry
jealous
about it.
over
Don't
here.
worry about it.
I like my
All right, Chris, any other leaks that are worth bringing
I got
up?
my hair in my face. Ah. The Bespin Bulletin says that the Andor set pictures. Green screens are up and trailers are arriving in Buckinghamshire, ready to film.
sick.
Anything else in here particularly interesting? Mandalorian Season 3 is set to start filming April 5th, 2021.
So I
That
heard.
means we're not going to see it till next year, though.
I
Yeah.
know, but we're gonna get the Book of Boba in December.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Who is excited about that? This
Me.
girl. Holy mother chuggers! I'm so excited.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game is reportedly in development
I heard
without
that too.
EA or BioWare.
A lot of games coming that are going to
Yeah, I heard about the Knights of the Old Republic. I was so. Did you play Knights of the Old Republic?
Did you play Fallen Order?
Yes.
Knights of the Old Republic, so good. Oh my gosh! And Fallen Order, did you play that? Jedi Fallen Order
Cal Kestis, BD1.
came out.
Yeah.
BD1 is so
Yeah.
good. I love BD1.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
We built
I
BD1
haven't
out of
beat it
Legos.
yet, but I've been playing it.
There's
I'm glad I
DLC
didn't
coming
spoil
out
it.
for that, isn't it?
I have no
The
idea.
Jedi all die at the end.
Yeah, right?
I thought I heard there was DLC coming out for Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, I saw a funny thing, and it said, if you could take over Amber Alerts for one message, what would you send? And somebody said Order 66. That was like the most upvoted thing on there.
Nice.
That was pretty awesome.
You gotta think of like their communicators and be gonna, I don't know. Anyway, the official PlayStation Magazine issue 184. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga will have about 800 characters,
Unbelievable.
300 of which are playable.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
23 planets and moons with 28 unique locations.
We're gonna be playing for a while.
I love the Lego Star Wars
Me
games so much.
too.
I love the Lego games. They're so good.
Yeah, they're incredible. Like, there's like a charm level that is off the charts.
It is, yeah, you can't. Their humor is unbelievable.
And it says you can either start with the Clone Wars or work backwards from the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I'm starting with Clone Wars.
Oh heck yeah! Start with Clone Wars.
So that's all the most interesting stuff
I call Rex.
on.
No, whoever gets picked when they go in gets Rex.
I choose Ahsoka and Rex and Kenobi.
You can't, but you can only play as one
You chose
character
like all the
at a
best
time.
ones.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna play as Rex and Ahsoka, Kara, huh?
I will make it work. I will play as Rex, Kenobi, and Ahsoka all at one time.
Kara's gonna have multiple controllers.
Jeremy,
She's
you
gonna
can
be
have
playing around.
Anakin and Cody and.
What are you gonna do?
Crown.
Anakin
Jeremy
for?
gets They're not Boba Fett.
Jeremy
Jabba
can
the
play as
Hutt. Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, Kara said trench.
Yeah, and you can have General Grievous, but no lightsabers.
Exactly.
Brad says Amber Alert equals my Venmo. David says hopefully it has online co-op. That'd be sick.
That would be fun.
That would be cool.
You got to get it for PC though, Jeremy. No Xbox.
That would make
But
Gabe happy.
we play on Xbox. We play the Lego
Play
games
on
on
PC
Xbox.
now.
No,
You play on PC now.
I don't have a PC to play on.
Well, Jeremy can fix that with a
He
one
could.
swipe of the credit card.
So what I was gonna say, I was thinking about this.
Gabe says Rex is his.
"Yeah, oh
No,
we played
Gabe.
Gabe."
I called him. I called him before you did.
He's an hour ahead of us in time zone, so you should call him before you.
Technically, that's true.
I technically called him first.
No, Rex. Gabe called Rex at 9:30. We haven't even hit the time when Gabe called it, or he's an hour ahead. He technically called it after Kara, because she would have called it at 8:30 and it's
Yeah, well,
9:30.
there's jet lag, so how it works out in there. So
Sorry, Kara did call him first, but that means she gave up Ahsoka, so I'll play as Ahsoka.
No, I said Ahsoka, Kenobi, and
You
and Rex.
started with Rex. You can have Rex.
yeah,
You can have Rex.
I'll take
obviously
Rex.
I'm
can have-
Obi-Wan because I'm dispensing the wisdom from over here.
You can have the bald clone Rex.
I will take the bald clone Rex because I'm married to a bald husband.
Shots fired, Kara. Shots fired.
I love you.
This is your first time here. You don't know what it's like to be here. He has a nice burger lunch with us here today, and it's just all quaint. You know, I had a little bloody nose, but that wasn't the worst thing. But
Nobody
he sees
cared.
the podcast, and it just cutthroat.
Oh,
It's just absolutely
Welcome.
cutthroat, brutal.
James says, "Happy wife, happy life." Start learning it, Jeremy.
Yeah, James.
She doesn't
you
get
tell
all,
Jeremy.
she doesn't get all the Lego figs, James. She doesn't get all the Lego figs. That
You
But I
get to
do.
play as what's the I can't remember. It's like some default like stock character like Joe
Jedi
the,
Bob.
Joe the janitor.
I'll play as 99.
Yes.
Okay, 99.
He's
I
the most
loved
powerful character.
99.
He is awesome.
I just.
Well,
oh
Bad
my
Batch's
God.
squad number is 99.
That's awesome.
They're 99.
I'm pretty. Well, they're all technically the one clone because there's 1 out of 100 that's defective.
Yeah.
So they're all 99. That's why they were all like.
Yeah, but 99's 99. Like his number was actually 99.
Yeah.
The other ones are just they're like they could still be,
I suppose.
you
yeah.
know, CT.
99. That was like the one episode that actually made me cry.
And
Whatever.
that-
There's a lot of episodes that are that good.
But 99.
Zillow Beast though.
That's
Zillow Beast. Yeah.
You didn't like the Zillow Beast arc?
Okay.
Tracy Canobio, or not Tracy Canobio.
Yeah,
but
it's Trace Canobio.
Yeah, it's her profile picture.
Twitter.
it's her profile or her Twitter
Twitter
picture.
It's
profile.
fine. It was oversold to me.
I love this.
Had I not had any prior information, I would have been anticipating it. But it's like it's a story that you've seen a million times.
That's true.
It's literally King Kong.
And Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah. Escape from New York.
Yep.
Except it was in
Wrong
San
movie.
Francisco
Yeah, I
or San
know.
Diego
Yeah.
or something.
All right, no back chat to catch up on.
Not that I'm seeing.
I was gonna say, you guys have been quiet today.
Pretty light on chat, man. So I had an annoying day.
Go ahead. Share your day, Chris.
So, for those of you that think this is the only live streaming stuff I do, it is not.
It is not. the only
Occasionally, I get called in to do other stuff, and so a local high school hockey team has been using me off and on to stream their high school hockey games, and I try to not do it because I have other stuff going on. It's like, especially like on the weekend, I don't want to have to worry about like making sure somebody else, like if this falls apart, I don't really care that much because it's for us.
thing. Right.
Right, you know, so it's like there's problems, whatever, but people have expectations when you're performing a service for them, right? But so today, I was led to believe that I was just there to offer some interface support with a mixer. And it turns out I was there to run the entire stream, like operate the camera, make sure everything was connected. It was a nightmare. Nobody knew anything of what was going on.
They haven't paid you yet.
I haven't been paid for like the last 3 times I've been out there. But that's neither here nor there. But imagine going into a scenario, you have your expectation levels like here. It's like, this might be annoying, but I'll be able to get it to work, right? And now imagine it just gets rocketed up to like imagine, Jeremy, if you had to set this up
Right.
in 30 minutes.
Yes,
and there
but
were
you told
1,000
me-
people expecting to be able to see the
This.
entirety of the podcast.
But then you told me it only needed to be like plugged into the wall. That's like the equivalent.
Yeah,
You're like, all you have to do
it's
is plug it in, and then you're
it's
good.
Like if I had to miss a podcast, I know you can turn all this stuff on and do it.
Yeah.
But if I had torn all this down and put it away
that
in
would
boxes,
suck.
and I was
That
like,
would
I'm going to miss the
suck.
podcast, you have to set everything up, connect everything, and then do it. And it had been a year since I had done this. I was led to believe that all this had been taken care of, and I was just plugging a mixer into the system so that they could do a live play-by-play. And it took the 30 minutes I'd given myself for troubleshooting the audio hardware, which literally worked instantaneously. Is the only thing that worked right out of the box. Was the Behringer Xenix 1204 USB mixer is by far the easiest. And the free promo for them. If you need a mixer that will just work out of the box, get a Behringer 1204
I love
USB.
that you and I have the same one.
Yours is actually a nicer one than mine because yours actually has an effects panel. Mine doesn't.
So did I get mine after you got yours then?
No, I got mine after yours, but I got the cheaper. Mine was like $50 cheaper to not have the effects.
Got it.
I've never gotten them to work anyway, so they're basically the same.
Right.
Literally everything else is the same except you just have these extra two knobs right here.
Got it.
Anyway, it took the entire 30 minutes beforehand, plus the entirety of the first period, to be able to get all the stuff working. And then, this is a fairly big organization, right? There's a lot of people involved with this hockey team. Nobody apparently knows who's in charge of running their Facebook page, which I need access to be able to stream, right? Like I can't
He's
just
streaming to their Facebook page.
I can't just barge in and be like, I'm going to stream on your Facebook page now and just take it over. So I'm making phone calls to people that I don't know. And like, so this hockey team is from a very affluent community, and a lot of the people that are involved are like people that like have power of some type and don't like being annoyed by some guy that they don't know about things that they don't care about. So I was making a lot of phone calls to people that were incredibly annoyed with me. And so I'm like dealing with all this frustration. And so like my anxiety level just shot to 1,000. I'm like sweating to death. Like I can't concentrate and I'm trying to get all these things to work. They have a system that's like 1,000 years old that just needs to be completely replaced. They did upgrade their internet, which I am appreciative of because like once we actually got everything rolling, it worked perfect.
Nice.
Before they had like the internet that we have here, where it was
Right.
like if you could connect, good luck.
Right.
So they did at least do that.
So
But it was a nightmare, like to the point where the play-by-play guy is like, I was so frustrated, and he couldn't do anything to help. He has no idea. He was just there to call the game,
right.
and he's like, "Do you just want to call it a day?" He's like, "I don't know what we can do here." It's like he's seeing me exhaust every conceivable option, and like slowly melting down. And then there's like some nice lady, that's like a mom of one of the hockey kids, who's trying to just record the game for the other team or whatever, and she's like, "Is there anything I can do?" And I was like, I wish there was, but I don't think so. And she could just tell that I was just like put into a world where I was not supposed to be. And like I happen to have all of the talents, the perks necessary been purchased to make this work. But every single direction I'm going to make the things happen is getting cut off by incompetence.
It's as simple as the Facebook stream key is a big deal because if
Anybody's stream key is.
if you have someone's stream key, you can broadcast live to their page.
And they can't stop you.
So you need to have these admin privileges to get it. And no one fessed up to basically having the right to give Chris the stream key to broadcast the hockey game to their people who want to watch it.
Yeah.
Super. So I have one really fast story that just Jarrett had something similar. You don't have any PII in construction. I'm not going to say any names or places other than the fact that you were trying to hang sheetrock. Go ahead.
So just real quick, I want to catch up with chat real quick.
Okay.
James said, been hearing a lot of Chris on TV ads a lot lately. Get used to that. I'm 50% of the VO in this area.
And on Sundays, you can see me on
Yeah.
Homes by Edmonds.
On CBS 3 at 10:30 a.m. Sunday mornings. Watch Homes by Edmonds, brought to you by Kara. And then Brad said, never knew there were lots of powerful people in Duluth. There are people that have enough power to make your life really annoying.
Who's the Gino Palucci?
Yeah.
He like big starter of frozen Chinese food.
Yeah, it was like Wing Chun foods that like eventually led to Totino's and pizza rolls. thank Duluth.
Thank Duluth. To thank
Really?
Duluth, Minnesota for pizza rolls. Absolutely.
I've got pizza rolls in my
Gino
freezer right
Palucci,
now.
and then
Yep.
Jeremy hates them. I love them.
all of the big buildings were like Canal Park and stuff. Although it was all owned by Palucci at one point.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to say like almost all of Canal Park was owned by him because that was where they would distribute all these frozen foods.
Yep.
There's a family in Duluth that owns one of the mansions in Congdon, and they have their own private helicopter and their
Nice.
own private helicopter pilot. I don't remember where I met the lady. Anyway, they also own their own home, like a mansion on some exotic place. I mean, this family's
Iowa?
rich. I don't think it was an island. It was
Oh, I
someplace.
said Iowa.
Oh,
Exotic.
Not a
Chris,
bunch
we know you hate Iowa.
It's
Like-
the worst. Sorry, anybody from Iowa or that likes them. You suck.
Jessica Lange is from Cloquet.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's the
played-
person I'm competing with to become the most famous person from Cloquet.
Yeah.
She was on American Horror Story recently, but she was also played in King Kong way back in the day and other
Yep.
stuff. But
that was like her breaking
so
role.
all I was gonna do is we like electricity on this show too, and so Jarrett, you just dealt with an electrician that disconnected the overhead lights.
Yeah.
So
Almost all the lights.
So Chris, I took an old lamp and I cut the power cord from an old lamp, and I wire nutted it to the light switch wires, Chris, where there would normally be a light switch because he took them out, and then I just plugged it in, and all the lights worked.
Whatever works, right?
Whatever works. Did you undo it when you left, or did you leave it?
I just unplugged it.
Okay.
So hopefully he sees it and realizes, oh, maybe I shouldn't screw over a contractor. Because you're an electrician, and electricians know everything, just like plumbers. And you don't know crap.
I agree. It's
Nice filter. Nice filter.
Oh, see, that's why Jared's never been in that seat.
I heard you think about that for a second.
No, it's super frustrating.
Yeah.
Apparently, James's mom worked in Gino's office in Duluth by the lift bridge.
No way.
That's pretty cool. I mean, dude had his hands in a million different pies. so.
Absolutely. And then, I mean, just like Google was going to put a data center in Superior, I believe, and then like use the water to cool the
Wasn't Bob Dylan from?
from Minnesota. He's from the
Oh,
range.
just-
He's from the range. He lived in Duluth for a very short time. He
Okay.
hates Minnesota.
Yeah.
So everything that we do, like
Vin-
honoring him, he's like,
Vince Vaughn.
I hate Minnesota winters.
Vince Vaughn's from Minneapolis.
Yep.
Prince was from Minnesota.
Josh Hartnett from Pearl Harbor,
yep.
Yep.
Minnesota.
If you've seen Lucky Number 11,
No,
very good. Josh Hartnett's in that. Very good.
Okay.
movie.
I had a massive
we're like
crush on
out
Josh
of time
Hartnett.
as we're approaching long podcast territory.
Oh, yeah, and
but
I got a
Mike,
child.
we literally put you on the spot. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah.
Did you have fun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Had a blast.
Would you do it again, or would you not advise?
Oh yeah. I would come on again for sure.
Solid.
So awesome. Yeah, it was a good time. One more thing. Brad says I deal with presidents of major broadcasting companies, and I talk to them like everyone else, or like anyone else. Everybody else kisses their butts. It's hilarious. I just don't care.
See, that's why
Yeah.
I
So-
love you, Brad.
So for the most part, like, I wasn't kissing their butts either. I was just trying to get stuff out of them. I'm in the same wavelength. It's like they're just people. They just have lots of money and don't have any time.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like the point I was making is like they're very frustrated that some guy that shouldn't be talking
I
to
would
them is
laugh
talking to them.
if one of them called like where you work, Chris, and they're like, "We need to talk to you about your employee, Chris." And then like you need to have some disciplinary action because I know your boss would laugh him off of the phone. Hey, Chris, our whole operation would shut down without Chris. Goodbye.
So yeah, it's like it's not like a respect thing or anything. It's just like
Lord of the Rings, Chris. You have no power here, right? Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Good job.
So
yeah, so it's just it's one of those things where I was just trying to get stuff to happen, and it's like unfortunately had to bother the bourgeoisie, and they weren't like they're just like and like they didn't care.
see, now we just need to have that bomb text message tone go off while they're trying to talk back to you. They're like, what do you think you're doing? Call me. Boom.
Yeah, and it wasn't anything like that. You could just tell that they didn't
Yeah.
care to have the conversation.
Yeah.
They're like, because they're like, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do about it, type of stuff, you know. Anyway, man, what a podcast! And speaking of podcasts, they have beginnings and middles, and unfortunately, we've reached the end. If you've made it this far in the video, you've made it to the end of the video. Go ahead and throw a like on it if you want to see more content like this in the future. Comment down below. Man, we talked about so many things. Comment down below with something. We'll talk to you. Whoa, that was a voice crack. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell to be notified every time we go live or post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.